Hi, my name is Kayla Huelskamp, and this is for my senior project, part 1, Sustainable Research Project. Just my table of contents, just separating type A and type B research. My project proposal is in the city of Olympia, Washington. It's a vibrant city that's located in the South Puget Sound on the gateway of the Olympic Peninsula. There's lots to do downtown in the Olympia area. There's our historic district that offers a huge variety of different types of shops, and is also located near the farmers market where local vendors, fishermen, butchers gather on the weekends. The climate of Western Washington is normally cold and rainy. The climate is damp, cloudy, and foggy a majority of the year, and dry, and we do get dry, hot summers. Olympia is the state capital and it's containing the majority of state buildings within the city limits. So the city has started creating these small areas for shops called neighborhood centers. These are within short walking distance, transit friendly, and help residents around the area have a day-to-day retail space and services, and was part of the Olympia comprehensive plan. These help reduce the carbon footprint and also promote healthy lifestyles, creating walkable locations to go to the market, eateries, and be able to hang out in places. So they normally have right now about 17 general locations that they're doing these. And on the eastern side of downtown, which is part of my problem statement, they don't have on the eastern side, they don't have a small marketplace. They only have just little shops, and this would be beneficial for that side of the area, just to have a walkable like marketplace. The goals and objectives for my project is to create a welcoming environment that we're using sustainable design, so solar panels, skylights, enhancing daylight and materials and finishes with low VOCs and energy efficiency of lighting and appliances. Inclusive with ADA compliancy throughout the first floor. I wanted to figure out how to put an elevator in to bring that ADA compliancy up to the second floor as well, just so that the whole space was inclusive. That charm I wanted to keep as well was for the exterior charm for it is a building built in the 1920s, so it does have that Art Deco style, and I just wanted to kind of bring that through the entire space, and flexible, just to create a mixed use space that's functional and can have different spaces throughout it. This is just my project schedule, keeping me on track for the project. This is the building selection. This space, this just shows where it's located near the historic district. It is still kind of in that area. These just show interior elevations, or the north interior elevation, and then a section view through the side, and then below is on figure 8 is interior elevations. And then there's some bird's eye view of the actual building. These are just more construction documentation that I received from the public records. The last time that they actually had construction documentation was in 1989 when the building burnt down, except for the front facade. So these are it. They are pretty hard to read, so but they are still you can see most of the dimensions and everything. These are just my reviews for literature. I passed over a page, but just the key takeaways from all of those. I focused on getting stuff that was about interior spaces, sustainable use, and then also strategies that different places around the world used for making sustainable neighborhoods, and focusing on different methods on how to make the environment, how the environments may work or may not work. These also, I also found good resources on the styles during Art Deco and European modernism. And so helping out with different styles, materials, textures, and showing that kind of stuff. These are just my interviews that I did with other interior designers, just kind of asking them about the indoor market success, how they felt about what market spaces circulation should look like, the neighborhood, if I should use like some of those office spaces up above with for like startups for local businesses. These are just my survey questions and my infographics. So questions as these right here. I should have been a little bit more detailed in my questions, but they sufficed, and I should have been a little bit more clear with when I said sustainable design strategies. But the variety of people mostly knew what I was talking about, and if they did, then it kind of caused a conversation to happen about sustainable design, which was super cool to interact with people about. These are just some of my case studies. They all very similar, but they're all from around the world. So they show market spaces used. Some of them are like grocery stores with markets in them. Some of them are just overall large markets that are just eateries, but also have shops and they're like just more like focused around food, but they do show like more like little boutique style eateries, or also there's vendor spaces like this one. Number 3 is in Mexico. This one was built off of a sidewalk, and it's just a vendor gets each space as like a workshop space, and so those kind of rotate. And then these are also other ones, which number 5 was one of my favorites because they only used local product. They only shared local products, and they wanted to educate the community and encourage them to use those products. My site observations, these are all local to the Olympia area. And so 1 and 2 are actually part of that comprehensive Olympia plan that they've already started. So the Briggs community, they're still building that. They're working around that. They're still building apartment buildings and housing and other commercial spaces around there. The Wildwood neighborhood was actually what inspired me to like do that for my project, because that building sat empty for years, and they used it, and they put in several different restaurant and a coffee shop and a marketplace, and it's really cool to see like it's so busy time. And these are just some more that were all around Olympia. Still not like anywhere near like where my thing's at, but these just were really good examples, and they kind of, the key takeaway from all of them is that even though they're all so different, there's so many people that use them, and the neighborhood and the residents around those, they walk to them, they hang out there with their family. This is just my building code analysis. I did do 70% building efficiency. That's kind of what the one of the documentations we used suggested for a mixed use space was 70 efficiency, 30% building inefficiency. So these are just all my first floor programming, my second floor programming separated. This is just the occupation classification. For total occupancy on the first floor was 345. And total occupancy on this, well, total in the building is 345, and then total on the first floor is 258, and on the top floor is 87. These are just codes we ran over for just while doing my research. This is LED intent spatial requirements, so I was just running through these codes because these are always nice to use, and these are ADA codes. Also, I did have some pictures of most of these codes. Then also I have planning data, ergonomics, just with how many people can sit at a table, movement throughout the space, sight lines, stuff like that. This is my client profile. So Sustainable Seattle is a nonprofit that runs out of the greater Seattle area in Washington State, and they are working for the last 30 years to build a thriving future that focus on the environmental, economic, and community benefits, and to promote equality and resilience. So the sustainable is a key factor for this organization. They support natural resources and providing equal access to healthy food and shelter for all people. Influencing Seattle to distribute harmful or environmental harm, and to help rebuild and support a vibrant community and future for the city. So they really focus on their community, and that was why to bring that to down to a smaller branch in Olympia and really envelop the community and showing locals how they can support their local community by bringing in those community events that Sustainable Seattle likes to hold. This is just my user profile, so it was just kind of about the benefit of a community market and its ability to support local florists, farmers, artists, and craftsmen with a wide range of skills. These local markets are a great tool for marketing products within the community, and then also will effectively benefit the local economy. The Olympia area, it is an emerging marketplace. The Olympia area would fit that vibrant market. Vibrant spaces normally have a moderate to high price appreciation and enjoy showing the unique and subculture of the area. So this should attract locals and tourists for its physical attributes and collection of its products. These are just my spatial requirements throughout the space. Some spatial prototypicals. I'm showing the cafe and the market, a communal space area, an office, and then 2 vendor options. Here's just my adjacency criteria matrix, just kind of showing those primary adjacencies and daylighting and acoustics. This is my existing building shell that I built in Rivet. The Orca building, just for some building history, the Orca Books building was originally built in 1925, and as I did mention earlier, there was a fire in 1989 that kind of burnt down most of the building. So that Art Deco style is just on the exterior facade. My concept statement is maize. Maize is a culinary staple for thousands of years. It also just has so many colors and vibrancy, and it's very culturally used that I just thought that it was a great concept. This is just my inspiration board with Art Deco styling, all the color, the pops of color, different textiles and textures throughout the space. These are just some concept sketches of my first floor, my second floor plan, and a section view, and here's just a market perspective, kind of using that space. Some preliminary F&E or FFEs. This just shows like the custom bar, a glass roof would be really nice, bringing all that daylight and different wall coverings, lighting, and paint colors throughout the space. My design statement was really inspired by the words flamboyant, opulent, inclusive, inviting, and organic, and this picture just really explained the entire project. These are just some bubble diagrams showing the primary adjacencies, secondary, and daylighting. My party ideation diagrams, these were just helping me try to get to helping me get circulation down. So I did radical circulation on the first floor, and then I did grid on the second. These are just some scale block plans showing the use of the 14,000 square feet. And some preliminary interior layouts. So the first part of the building isn't going to have any, mostly any walls, so you will be able to see throughout the entire space. And that is my presentation. And thank you for watching.